my head hurts. This video is for the ones who trans their gender, the non-binaries named something silly like shoe or cactus, shoelace, I don't know, the cis gays wishing they had a kitty.
Yeah, you effin' with some wet-ass p-word.
The cis she-theys and the cis he-theys. The former weird kids that hissed at their classmates or ran around on all fours pretending to be a horse. Undiagnosed neurodivergent people. The fatherless. The travelers. The devoted Christians. And the white suburban mums. Greetings, it is I, Muggen Mylle, and I have an announcement to make. Things are finally falling into place. I had my top surgery consultation and it went super well actually. Very pleasant people there. I was actually really worried and every insane scenario did cross my mind because I'm paranoid. I thought they would take one look at me and think, this idiot wants surgery. Clearly he doesn't know what he's talking about. I wouldn't even trust him to tie his own shoes, let alone make such an important decision as to irreversibly damage his body.
Fair enough.
The day before the consultation itself, I was thinking about maybe learning my own phone number, like that would be useful. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't know my own phone number. I barely use my phone. I usually put it on the other side of my room while working, so I only check it in the morning and at night. If you want to get a hold of me, you have to go through Discord. I'm a gamer. A functioning member of society doesn't understand people like me. We're social outcasts. Oppressed, actually. No, I'm kidding. I'm not even a gamer. I'm just ADHD and I like to play Minecraft, that's all. I didn't memorize my phone number, by the way, even if I was panicking about it. I was just... Hello? Hoping for the best. Fortunately though, when we were talking to this lady, not the surgeon, but the woman who goes through papers and stuff, yeah, she asked for phone numbers, and without me even having to say anything, she said that she could take my sister's phone number since it's only to keep in contact before and after surgery to make sure everything is going as planned. I was expecting them to be like, if you want this surgery, you gotta prove you're a responsible adult. Remember your phone number. How am I even live at this point?
I should be dead.
Oh god, my nose is itching. She said that a lot of people find it hard to talk to someone on the phone, so as long as they have their client's permission to go through someone else, that's perfectly okay, and I feel like more people should be this understanding. I really like this woman. She gave us papers about the information regarding the surgery I'm getting while we wait for the surgeon himself. And let me tell you, the waiting room was so fancy. It wasn't huge because it's not like they're taking in a bunch of people at once. They had two booths that completely separated the clients, and get this, they had an espresso machine. Deadass. One of those fancy ones. And right next to it, they had dark chocolate, individually wrapped, you know, like those you get at a fancy cafes or in a fancy hotel room when on the bed, you know. And they just put them out there for anyone to take as much as they want. And let me tell you, they're lucky that I had to behave myself. If it wasn't for the fact that they're supposed to perform a life-saving surgery on me, I would have filled my pockets and bags. If there's free stuff, it doesn't matter what exactly, I will hoard it. I just love free stuff no matter how useless it is. I mean, one time I went to a Burger King at a theme park together with my friends at Halloween. My pockets filled with packets of ketchup. It was the thrill. It was a thrill of the chase. How many packets of ketchup could I get away with? I was living like a king that night. There's even a picture of me on the train ride home, sleeping on top of my friends, with ketchup packets spread across the table, displaying my wealth for all the commoners to admire. Sorry.
𝗧𝘄𝗶𝗁𝗃𝗄.
Eventually I was called in to meet the surgeon and I got really good vibes. I've already read up on him and people have only said good things about his results and interactions with clients. He's very professional and the only bad review was from years ago. However, not only was it from someone who got implants, but the complaint had to do with their healing or something like that. Basically, it was something that was out of his control. I've seen some of his top surgery results online, but he also showed me more examples and I just feel very lucky because at the end of the day, I don't have much of a choice about what surgeon to go to.
A boy gotta do what he gotta do.
I've talked about this before on my channel a lot actually, but I don't have a gender dysphoria diagnosis because the waiting list to the gender clinics is years long. I've been waiting for about 2 years and still haven't heard from them. Because of gatekeeping and fear of public outrage, most private clinics don't perform gender affirming surgery unless you've been diagnosed, which is absolute bullshit if you ask me. The reason I'm getting it through a private clinic is because I'm hanging on by a thread and the public healthcare system doesn't give a flying We're coming to you guys because we can't get a diagnosis. What? No sense. It makes no sense, love. Fortunately, that voice crack. Fortunately, I can find one clinic that didn't require a diagnosis as long as they could get a letter from your regular therapist that you've been talking to for at least 1 year. I honestly don't know what would happen if their results were absolutely terrible. Like, would I still get it? Would I risk it for the biscuit?
Cracker.
Who knows? I don't think so. But for real, where would I turn to? Obviously, nothing is guaranteed. But as of now, it feels really good. I feel like I've done the right choice. And even if I did have more options, I still feel like this is the guy I would go for. It's good results. It's good, and I'm sorry, but a lot of people from Sweden have been messaging me asking where this surgeon is, and I don't feel comfortable right now telling people, if that makes sense. Like, I'm sorry, but I personally don't feel really comfortable telling people exactly who it is until I've had the surgery myself and know the results and everything. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, I'm just really paranoid. I don't wanna just put it out there when I haven't had surgery yet.
Like this big bullshit.
And some of you might remember that I had a doctor tell me that if this surgeon was professional, he wouldn't agree to perform my top surgery since it wasn't a necessary procedure not too long ago. I told the story in my video, Transphobic Doctor Called Me Stupid. I cried, story time. Like, this doctor didn't even talk to me about my transgender feelings. He just assumed stuff. Like, you weren't there to talk about my transgenderism. You were there to give me ADHD medication. What the frick?
Is this allowed? What the fuck? Is that allowed?
But yeah, go watch that video if you haven't already. After this video, watch till the end. But yeah, it didn't make sense. Like, sir, I've deadass been contemplating on aliving myself for the longest time, but you want me to sit here and wait and wallow in my depression until the gender clinic decides to take me in? What is wrong with you? If you don't like that people are getting life-saving surgeries privately, then fix this goddamn system, you idiot! Cause we don't have all the time in the world. Can you put that radiation on pause for 3 years while we get our shit together?
This is a nightmare!
This surgeon, however, really seemed to be more open and understanding of the trans experience and supports self-autonomy, which is great. Love that for him. Unfortunately, all the trans people from all walks of life, older and younger, haven't been able to be 100% open and honest with doctors and so on. I assume your average person isn't really gonna understand that. Instead they'll go, oh my god, why would you lie to someone who's supposed to help you? It doesn't make sense. You know what else doesn't make sense? Having gender dysphoria. Something that is known for making the sufferers but the person in question can't tell you that they're Because if they do, they're not stable enough to get treatment. Treatment to alleviate dysphoria, thus possibly reducing. How does that make any sense? This is legit a catch-22. You transition to alleviate the symptoms of gender dysphoria, but if you display the symptoms, they won't treat you. It's so stupid. Like you don't understand how difficult it is to be trans until you've actually had to deal with the system. Like, it's so stupid.
You freaking freaks! When will you learn? When will you learn?
When we started going over my medical history, my ED was brought up, which I did quote-unquote recover from, and by recover I mean I no longer starve myself. You don't really recover completely from an ED, but yeah, I started eating years ago. EDs, you know, something that a lot of trans people suffer from for a multitude of reasons. Dysphoria, coping, trying to get a more gender-neutral body. I'm so used to people assuming that the gender dysphoria is actually a symptom of the ED, because unfortunately a lot of people will blame everything else before they accept that someone is actually transgender, when it actually does make sense that someone who's not comfortable as their sex assigned at birth would starve themselves to avoid developing secondary sex characteristics. I didn't even have to explain myself or justify my ED, this guy just got it, he understood, and I'm assuming that he's done his research and know that this is common within the trans community. I said I developed it at 10 and he acknowledged that it would have been when I was about to hit puberty and all of that. It felt good, it feels good that someone finally trusts you when you tell it how it is without trying to be like, actually, I feel like you just want to get this surgery because, ED, you're delusional, like, fuck off. By the end, he even lightheartedly said, you're of age, which means you have the right to make whatever stupid mistake you'd like to, something like that. It was in a good context too, like it was a joke, because he went on to say that I'm probably not gonna regret this though. And I mean, I agree completely, that's exactly the way I see it. This whole outrage about restricting access to trans healthcare because what if they regret it? Irreversibly damage, they're grooming our kids. There's way more harm to trans people than it has probably helped literally anyone. I don't think it has helped anyone. Maybe, I don't know. Why should only people with a diagnosis be able to get this surgery? Not only is it harmful to those of us who are in absolutely desperate need to get top surgery but haven't been able to get a diagnosis yet, but literally why should it be anyone else's decision what anyone does with their body, as long as it doesn't harm themselves or anyone? Just because it's not what most people would want. Like, okay, but anyone can just get a Brazilian butt lift. If someone is of sound mind and capable of making important decisions that isn't immediately harming them or anyone else, then that's literally none of your business. A cis woman should be able to get top surgery if she wants to, with informed consent. Like, maybe she doesn't want something heavy weighing on her chest all the time. I even think she should be able to go on tea if she wants to, with informed consent. Give me one good reason as to why she shouldn't. That most women don't want the effects of tea, which would mean that she's gonna regret it in the future, doesn't count. It doesn't count as an argument. Just because other women don't want that, okay? Let me tell you, there's some absolute freaks out there, with all due respect. Take my sister, she's a cishet woman, unlike most women who want long, luscious hair, I imagine. I don't know what women want. My sister has been shaving it for years. I can't even remember the last time she had hair on her scalp. It's not even a buzz cut, she just like it bald. She shaves it like every other day because she really likes it freshly shaven. This woman deadass told me that if she still hasn't changed her mind in a couple of years, she might actually get laser hair removal on her head. Bruh. I was like, are you for real right now? And yeah, she is dead ass. And I mean, if she never wants to grow hair again, then that's her mistake to make. Honestly, it's kinda beautiful and poetic in a way, like something something free will, something something human, born free, blah 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 blah, create your own path. Yeah, you get it, right? Anyways, I'm finally getting my top surgery. It's scheduled for the 25th of April, and I'm so excited. It's normal to be a bit nervous. This is the first time I'm getting surgery. There's so much going through my mind right now, like, what if I wake up during the surgery? Did anyone else watch that Shane Dawson video years ago? Apparently there's people who wake up during surgery, but they're paralyzed, so they're just stuck there, forced to endure the surgery. Is that real? Is that real? I'm not gonna be bothered to look up if it's real, I'm just gonna assume it. If it happens, I'll let you know. I'll make a story time or something, I don't know. I also used to be super scared of regretting it. I may not show it, but irreversible damage really has been rotting my brain. There's always the possibility that you might regret it. I'm very sure in my decision, but never say never. Maybe I'm the next 𝗂𝘂𝗶𝘁𝗄.
Catch me in the news soon.
Just kidding, I would never. But to constantly worry about all the what ifs are preventing you from living your own life. And I'm past that, finally. I've always wanted to get top surgery ever since I hit puberty, actually ever since I found out that I'm about to hit puberty. Even when I was repressing my feelings and had convinced myself that I could live as a cis woman, I was still looking up prices for top surgery, or at least breast reduction. Never once since I hit puberty have I thought, I actually kinda like this. I've worn binders instead of bras, even though this is not the most comfortable thing. There's no doubt about it. I need to get top surgery. To not get it would be stupid at this point. Like, I'm not gonna continue wearing something that's so uncomfortable, like, f that. But since I have chronic anxiety, that's not gonna stop me from worrying. Oh shit, I'm sorry, my voice is cracking at this point. I don't know what's going on with me. If I don't have something to worry about, then I'll find something to worry about. So right now I'm just freaking out over the expenses. Like, don't worry about me, I'm not in dire need, I'll make it. But it's still like a financial strain since I'm getting it at a private clinic, you know. Things could be a lot worse. Right now I'm even thankful that I have this opportunity to begin with. Still, when I think about it for too long, I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing with my life? That's a lot of money. I wish I went to university. I wonder what my life would be like if I went to university. Am I missing out? What would I be studying? Actually, I don't even want to go to university. I want to be a YouTuber. Bruh. Aiming higher, are we? My panicked self keeps on imagining all the things I could do with that money, but in reality, it's a good investment. It's a small price to pay for the will to live. It's fine. I'll be good. I'll make it. I just feel like life would be more enjoyable and worthwhile if I wasn't in constant emotional distress. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Life is gonna be good. I just have to blow up on YouTube or some shit. Help me do that. Subscribe, like this video, follow me on Twitter. Comment for the algorithm, tell people about me, tell your sister about me, tell your grandma about me, tell me your favorite color in the comments or something if you can't think about something to comment. Did I already say follow me on Twitter and Twitch? I don't know. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch though. I still have Ko-Fi if you want to donate to me, you know, as a treat or something. Don't feel obligated to. I just appreciate that you're even watching my content, but you know, it's there if you want to. Give me a treat, a little 𝗂𝘂𝗶𝗁𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂 yeah, looking forward. Bye!
I hate my fucking life! I hate myself so much! Why the fuck did I do that?